Seated. God, give me hope. I'm going to pass out a song to you all here.
You've probably heard it before, I'm thinking. Should be too.
How many of you recognize this song? Some of you.
As an extra.
Shall we do this? This is an old-time song. It's been around forever. It's been around as long as me. Yeah, let's do it.
Amen.
How'd that feel?
Good.
Feel good? Yeah. You know, sometimes it's good to get back to basics. You know, the year has been really good for me. I retired. Took a while to figure out that was good. Had a lot of other things happen, and things got kind of tough at the end of the year when we lost my son-in-law. And we're still recovering from that. But I try to toss a little levity into my life. One of the churches I've been to in the past, it was a beautiful church, and I heard the vestry discussing putting in hand dryers in the bathrooms. Can you imagine what that would be like here in Boston? With the big silver button. Yeah. And so they went ahead and bought them, they got them there. And after a couple of weeks, somebody asked the deacon, "What do you think about those hand dryers?" He said, "Well, you know, they're working really well, but somebody put a sign up that said, for a preview of the deacon's sermon, push this button." Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Get it?
What is it?
It wasn't that funny, was it? That's all right. You know what I mean? It's New Year's. It's a beautiful day. Maybe it's a beautiful day because of global warming, or maybe it's just a beautiful day. Maybe it's just a beautiful day, and we should appreciate it. The thing that I'm really aware of in terms of getting ready for this sermon was a real revelation to me, and it shouldn't have been. But I was thinking about it the wrong way, because my brain does it that way. You know, I understand things a little bit differently, so I have to receive things a little bit differently. And this time around, when I read this verse, it really hit me really hard. Christ is the Word. What does that mean? Christ is the message from God. That's what that means. Christ is the Word. He's always been there. And when Christ sent him to help us, he sent him as a messenger who became incarnate in a human body and lived with us and provided us an avenue to salvation. But it means a whole lot more than that. In the beginning was the Word. Jesus has always existed. Jesus' relationship with God, the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It emphasizes the distinctiveness of Jesus and God, but all of this reinforces that ongoing knowledge that we have that Christ has always been a part of existence. So in my rather confused mind, I had to develop an image of this. That's how my brain works, visually. And so I got this image, kind of Christ as superhero, coming from God to solve all our problems. It was the image that I kind of had in my head. But with all the things that have happened over the last year, all of the death and destruction, all of the sadness, all of the grieving, the most important thing, I think, the most important lesson for us is how we handle what comes up. What do? Do you go to the Word? Do you go to the Word? Do you go to Jesus when things are difficult? It's harder to understand saying go to the Word instead of go to Jesus. It's just easier to say go to Jesus. But it means the same thing. And it will always be the same things. And we got some folks in our service today who are a little bit older. Me. I'm a little older. And some of y'all are a little older. We ain't getting any younger. We're really not. Now, there's a reality that, you know, first I had to retire, and then I had to get used to the idea that now that I retired, my body's going to fall apart. It's not really true. You know, I have the same issues now that I had last year, really. Some of them have been fixed pretty well. Some of them are not so. But you know, the point is that each minute, each hour, each day is an opportunity for hope. Hope is going to save us. Christ is hope. He is the Word. He is the whole thing. Christ, as a part of our life, gives us access to the whole thing. Through prayer, fellowship, celebrating in services, all these things that we do. And I want to thank you. I want to thank Mrs. Williams for coming in and doing those checks every Sunday. And Sharon for sitting in the back and handing out the programs. And Annabelle for working on Tim for the videos. And Larry Acolyte and Don helping out wherever you could, including helping fix a light in the foyer. I don't miss that stuff. And our children's church. What a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing because something could happen tomorrow. I don't think it will, it would end it. But in the meantime, hope. If we don't have hope, we don't have anything. And I'll tell you something about hope. It's hard to be depressed when you got hope. It really is. It's hard to be depressed when you got hope. Hard to be sad when you got hope. But that hope that we get from the Lord will feed our lives and the lives of our children as long as we choose to feed them. The Word. Amen.